you Chenny, right?
Yes, yes. You can
Okay.
call me Chenny.
Okay, very well. And there's Oscar too, but I think he will be able to participate later, right? If not,
Yeah.
you can let us know here on Zoom. Okay, by the way, I want to apologize to you for we are starting a bit late. Actually, we had an event from work too, but I was driving back. I was like coming back home as soon as I could, so I could turn on the computer and be here with you. But the rest of the classes we will try to start punctually. Yeah. So we need to have at least three of you during the class, right? So if there's the three of you and it's 9 o'clock, so we can start with that. If not, we will need to wait a bit for others to join us. All right, guys. So, okay. Okay, so if you hadn't, we hadn't seen before, although I think I've met all of you before. My name is Eduardo. You can call me Eddie. Well, I'm going to be your teacher. So our classes, they are planned to be more about conversation. We're gonna learn today some vocabulary related to planning. Yeah, everything related to planning in life events. All right. So just let me explain to you, like really quick, what are the tools that we use. So just to make sure, I would like to know where you're all from. So Oscar is from Mexico, and I think your another other partners will join soon. Jay, you are from Republica, you're from Dominican Republic,
Yeah, that's right.
am I right? Okay, very well. What time is it in Dominican Republic now?
Here is the 10 and 60 p.m.
Okay, very well. How about you, Chini? You are from Chile, right?
Yeah, I'm in Chile.
Okay, and what time is it? It's the same, right? It's like it's 10, right?
Yes, it's 10.
Okay, very well. So there, I think Oscar, you are from Mexico City, right? Maybe you can reply in the chat. All right, guys. So let's start here. I'm gonna start sharing my screen. Okay, very well. So Oscar will be able to participate in a moment. So this is a platform that we use. Yeah. You download the one that says level 4. So this is the high intermediate level, right? We're going to check these topics. We have some topics related to grammar. Specifically during this unit, we're going to learn some phrasal verbs, collocations. We're gonna check also how to use the future correctly. What's the difference between will, be, going to, present continuous, simple present, but also with some details that maybe you haven't learned yet. And yeah, vocabulary related to achievements and so on. And I will complement with some other vocabulary. So this platform that we have here, you can download it to your computer too. So you click the one that says level 4 in the platform, and you follow the instructions, the tutorial that is on the platform. But anyway, if you need any questions, I will let I will let you know. Also, we will make sure that you're all in the group so we can give you access into share homework or any pronunciation tips or vocabulary tips, etc. You can contact me there. All right. So the first thing is we're gonna talk about here, starting with this vocabulary. It's about how life changes in stages of life in some phrasal verbs related to change. Maybe professional, maybe personal life, your social life, or academic life. So you have all had achievements before, right? Maybe some of these achievements are related to your career. Maybe these achievements have been personal, right? So we call these achievements. I don't know if you have any questions. Do you understand this word, achievements?
Achievement is like goals.
Can you repeat that? I couldn't hear you.
Can you hear me better?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, perfect. So I want to know if the achievements is something like similar to the word goals.
Mm, well, achievements is once you fulfill those goals. So if I have a goal and I reach there, I get to the goal. So that's my achievement.
Oh, okay, okay. Now I get it.
Yeah. So when you achieve your goals, you call it achievements. Yeah. All right. So here you see some stages of life. So people go through these processes, childhood, then you are maybe a preteen, then you enter the teenage years. After that, you're an adult, and then you are like young adult, like I think it's all of us. Then you enter like this adulthood, and then you can be maybe a senior mature person, and then um well, we go through different stages in our life where we do those things. Here you have some vocabulary, and I think this one can be simple. We're gonna analyze it. The first sentence, like you can see in the picture 5, the different shoes, the baby shoes, the childhood shoes. So they changing throughout the life. So here we have this one, and it says, children grow up so fast. So this is the first one. The verb that we have here, grow, is grow up. You can use different verbs. You can say, for example, you can say, I was born and raised. Yeah. You can use it when you, um, I don't know, you can use it just when you want to say that you were born in a place. This can be identical to the one you were born or different. Let's say you are from the USA, so you would say, I was born in Los Angeles, for example, and raised can be a different place in Canada, in Europe, in Mexico. Yeah. So when you are born is that thing when you are that just the very action of being born. Now, when you where you're raised or where you grow up is different. So I want to ask you, for example, Jay, where were you born? In Dominican Republic, right?
Yeah.
Okay, very well. And uh, where were you raised? In Dominican Republic too?
Yeah, but Dominican Republic, is the country, but I specifically was raised in Santo Domingo. This is the capital.
Santo Domingo is like, correct me if I'm wrong, isn't it the capital city?
Yeah, that's right.
Ah, okay, very well. And Chenny, where were you born?
I was born and raised in China.
In China. Okay, very well. Then you currently live in in Chile.
In Chile,
Yeah.
yes.
But did you move here when you started university, before university, or what
No,
age did you move here?
no, I just moved here 2 years ago.
Siempre que me fui el martes y regresé el
Huh?
miércoles.
I couldn't hear you. Can you repeat that, please?
I just moved to Chile 2 years ago.
2 years ago. Okay, very well. Awesome. So it was something, it was recent.
Yeah.
Yeah. It must be a challenge to face the reality of how different cultures are, how people behave. Everything must be a challenge.
Yes, yes, it's very challenging for me. But I think I get used to the environment and the local culture. No,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Also, there are good things, but yeah, it's always a thing about adapting. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And how about, okay, Oscar, he was born in Mexico City, but raised in, okay, different state of Mexico. Very well. So they didn't move that far away. All right. Nowadays, there are people who are moving all the time, right? They're from different parts of the world. They're from Europe and they come to the States, or they are from Latin America and they go to Canada. It's happening all the time, right? So this is one of the events in our life. So it's grow up, be born, raise. Let's see. Also, the verb raise, you can use it when you are talking about you have a baby, you have your children. So you teach them things, you give them these, you pass on them these values, you know. So you raise the child. You can also use raise when you are a parent and you're raising other person. Yeah. Okay, I would like to ask now the question, what we can read this. The next sentence, maybe Jay, can you please help me to read this one? Say the next sentence, please.
You want me to read the sentence?
Yeah, the next sentence, please.
Oh, okay. So we have here, if you plan to become a doctor, you have to keep on studying after college.
Okay, very well. So I will give you now remote control. Now you can control this computer, this screen, and please just move your mouse a bit and click on the option so you can match this sentence with the picture.
Could be the number 3.
Okay. You can choose the option. You can control my computer now. Yeah, exactly. Just
Oh, okay, perfect. So,
very well. So click and click. Don't drag it, just click and click.
okay, I don't know why the mouse don't let me make a click because I have here in my tablet, so it's not the same control that I have.
I understand. Okay. So this one would be number 3, right? So now check here. We have two verbs. The first one is plan and the other one is keep, right? After this, we have another verb. The verb next to plan is become. The verb next to keep is studying. Why do you think we have here we have to before the verb and then we have ing, we say studying after keep. Why don't we say keep to studying, or why don't we say plan becoming? What do you think? Can you check these two verbs? So one is plan and the other one is keep. Here we have this verb, right? This one over here. Maybe you remember this has a name. I don't know if you could tell me something. When we have a verb that has to, that you use it with to, for example, to become or to be or to run, how do we call these verbs?
Infinitive.
Okay, very well. So with the verb plan, we use infinitive only. All right. Now you have here the verb keep, and then you have the preposition on. So even though we use keep, we use gerund verb. In this case, we have the preposition on. So after every preposition, like on, up, for, about, we use a verb in gerund form with the ing. Okay. So, okay, we have plan and keep. Very well. So, we have the example, someone who wants to be a doctor needs to keep on doing something. If you plan to buy a house, you need to keep on saving money. Okay, you can tell me maybe one example with this, Oscar. Tell me like one plan you have, and what do you need to keep on doing so you can achieve that? You can do that plan, exercise that plan.
Maybe you keep on training roller skating in order to learn how to skate. How I don't know.
Okay, very well. You say you like doing this activity, right?
Oh hell yeah.
Okay. Oh well, very well. So yeah, everything is like a thing of persistence, discipline to achieve those goals. Very well. Okay, then we have the next sentence. Maybe I don't know, I think you can help me too, Oscar. I'll give you remote control, and I don't know if you could please so match the sentence with the picture. That's not. You think you can, or you need some help?
No, I think I okay. I put the 4 in the rectangle.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, so it refreshed me. Okay, very well. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. So, predict. Very well. So, prediction is something very important about planning. You actually never know how things will go. One day you're fine, the next I don't want to be so negative or pessimistic, but you can be dead. One day you have some dreams and goals, and then your life can change forever, right? So part of our decisions are on predicting what is going to happen the next day, and then in 1 week, and then in 1 month, and then in 1 year. So we make decisions based on those predictions. Yeah. So, Oscar, have you made any recent predictions about um maybe about your work, maybe about career, and I don't know, living? Have you made any predictions, maybe for
Actually,
good?
on the weekend we have a maintaining window in order to check the UPS of the company. But the engineer says that it doesn't work. So I said it will be failure on the weekend. On the week, sorry. So it happens today. The light shut down and we can work because the servers turned off.
Okay.
So I predicted that.
Huh. Okay, very well. So good predictions. Yeah, I've always heard that there's like a problem with all computers. I don't know if it's true or if it's just a myth. They said that at certain year, all the computers that currently exist, like car computers, your own computer, your phones, like all devices will stop working. I don't remember exactly why, but it's called like day zero. I don't know if it's true or you've heard anything about this.
Sometime I heard that, but I don't really remember where I heard it. But I think it's because the sun stopped making it what it does with the planet. I don't know. Maybe it will change to maybe more heat. I don't know.
I don't know. I heard about it like in some documentaries, then on YouTube, but they said there will be a catastrophe. I don't remember if it's 2050, like with the computers, they will all crack down. I don't know. Okay. Well, I think I've made some predictions. Like um I don't know, like every time we plan about the money, like our personal finance, I think that's what I do. Sometimes predictions can go wrong. And you know what is my prediction? That you usually will spend more money than the one that you project, the one that you think you will spend. So I think that's a prediction that can be short, like most of the times. Okay. Then the other one, the next sentence, I don't know if Daniela, can you please help me read this next sentence?
Your plan?
This one?
No,
Menu?
perdón. Sorry, is
Can you
many
read?
here school students right in May.
Okay, many high school students graduate in
Is
May.
two, no?
Yeah, no.
No. One por
One.
la graduación. Sí, sí, sorry.
Yeah, I say graduate. Yeah, graduate from school. Yeah, finish school. Very well. So this is a very important event in our lives too. So all right. Let's see the next one. I would like to ask, even though we have the answer here, but you could help me, Jenny, read this last sentence we have here.
Yes. People often move to new homes because of work and end up in new cities.
Thank you. Okay. So move, this is we, we were talking about the immigration too, but this happens all the time, right? I mean, we move from small towns to big cities, or sometimes from big cities to small towns. People move from one country to the another. Yeah. So okay, there we have here, right? Other important event is when you move. Which do you think is the most transcendental moment in, I don't know, in one person's life? Transcendental means like something that is one of the most important and most unforgettable. Do you guys, for example, think that could be getting married, or I don't know, finding a partner? Do you think could be to find the right job, opportunity, find the right company to work with?
It's like a
Um,
milestone.
excuse me?
That is like a milestone.
Yeah, like milestone. Yeah, I would say this. Yeah, that's a good word too. But this event that changes your life, exactly, this milestone that changes everything, like all of them are important. Um, which do you think is the most transcendental? Which do you think is the most important in your opinion? Maybe it's not the ones that are here. Maybe you can think about it, others.
Well, for me, is when I become a father.
Okay, yeah, very well. So becoming a parent, yeah. Becoming a parent is transcendental moment. Very well. What other? Do you have any others in mind?
Maybe study overseas.
Yeah. Study overseas, study abroad. You can meet new people, your network changes completely. Everything changes, right? I've seen this even moving from one state to the other changes completely. Being away from your family, um, totally changes you. So I think that when you are growing up, like when you're with your family, you're still a young adult, and I don't know, maybe you are searching for new opportunities. Maybe you study overseas, or you find a job overseas, or you just want to move from where you are living, from where you're from. And you change as a person. Your personality is no longer the same. You define your values because you're not longer with this family. Okay, so we have this conversation, and now there is some more. These are called collocations. We're gonna check some that are related to changes into life events. This vocabulary is used by native people all the time because sometimes when other natives speak to you, they are not aware or of how bad in terms of how informal their English can be, right? So you need to be prepared for those kind of vocabulary when they come up with an expression, with a word that they use commonly, but it's not in books. So you need to like try to adapt to it. So we're gonna check some of these words. Also, some expressions can be a bit too sophisticated to use. We're gonna check here with some practical examples about these collocations. So basically, a collocation is a pair of word, or maybe more than two words too, that they're always together. It's impossible to change. They don't have a literal translation, and you are supposed to use those words all the time. No matter what, you don't change these words. They are pairs of words. Here you have one example. It says this expression, this collocation is undergo, and we can use it with transformation. Okay, so it's okay. We can say the hotel have undergone a transformation since our last stay. So this word is used with the hotel, with that building, but it can be also for yourself. When there is a dramatic change in your life, you can say that you undergo a transformation, which is a very sophisticated way of saying to become. So I would say that this is become, and then when you undergo a transformation is the next level. Yeah. And then we have this other expression, right? That this one is undergo a revival. So when something undergoes a revival, you could think about, I don't know, let's think about one place that was not famous, and then it becomes more active. Now there's a lot of people. Or there's a country that, like many countries in Latin America and Africa, that are economies that are underdeveloped, and in recent years they are undergoing revivals. So when you say undergo a revival, it means that it becomes vivid or popular, or like there's more energy in it. So we have this expression, undergo a transformation. So again, things can undergo a transformation. You yourself can undergo a transformation. We have this next expression. So this is, we're going to check this. Maybe you know the meaning. It's a little bit easier to get by context, but I would like to have, maybe you can help me. Flor, can you please help me read this sentence? You could maybe help me read here and here. From here to here. Or maybe, Gabriel, could you help me please to read this sentence? Okay, so Flor and Gabriel are not available. I would like to ask Oscar, can you help me read this sentence?
Okay, the exchange rate has been fluctuating wildly over the last few days.
Yeah, so we have two concepts here. First, the exchange rate. Do you know the exchange rate?
Tipo de cambio.
Yeah, so this when a currency is changing its value. Exactly.
High and down.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, very well. So we're saying this word fluctuating. Yeah. In Spanish we say fluctuando, right? So we say fluctuating because the word comes from fluid. The word comes from fluid. So when something is fluctuating, it's like moving like water. Okay. Jay, can you tell me other different thing in this word that is fluctuating widely these days?
Okay, I really don't know actually, but could be the water as well.
You mean the water level?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe because sometimes it's raining a lot and sometimes it's dry and hot, no?
More or less, but I'm trying to mean more like the ocean. You know, the waves and the beach.
Because of the global warming?
Sorry?
Because of the global warming? You mean
Mm,
global warming is melting ice and the
yeah.
level? Okay. All right. Do you think about other things that are changing, guys? Like are fluctuating wildly?
Temperature.
Yeah. I don't know how hot is there in Chile.
It's
Is
very
it hot? Is it
cold.
cold? I'm sorry, can
We
you?
jumped from summer to winter.
So it's like some days it's so cold and some days it's hot.
Sorry?
Do you mean that sometimes it's so hot and then it's so cold?
Yes, yes.
Oh, all right.
4 stations in one day.
Yes, actually.
Yeah. So, you know, now the seasons are different. At least here where I live, it's like it feels like summer all the time. But also winters are so short. It's like 1 or 2 months long. But this winter, I mean, there's no real winter here where I live, um, but it always feels like summer. Summers are very intense here. Some other countries get like so dry and they have problems, right, for feeding people too. I would say that other thing that is fluctuating is inflation in some countries, like the prices of things. The gas prices. When I say gas, it's like the petrol, they would say in British English. It's also a wild thing. Like, I think here's like about $1.50 per liter. $1.50 per liter of gas. It's really expensive. Yeah. All right. Then we have the next expression. This you can use it for your self-progress. Could you help me please, Daniela, to read this next sentence?
We have an modest increase in the student enrollment on our course.
On our courses.
Courses.
Okay. Yeah, so we have modest increase. So you say modest, the word modest is to say that someone is not haughty, someone is not arrogant. But here's not the meaning. When you say modest, it means just slight or little change. Yeah. So that's why we have this, we could say, wild fluctuation, and then you just have just modest increase. So it means it's not really important. Okay, maybe you could help me, Chinny, to read the next sentence, please.
There has been a sudden shift in public opinion in favor of the ban on smoking.
Okay, so what do you understand when they say a sudden shift?
A dramatic shift, like a big change
Yeah,
in a
and
short time.
also is dramatic and also is quickly. Yeah, we can talk about many things that at least in Western world, I mean in some cultures, I think that some values, or not even values, but we could say mentality and the mindset of the culture has been having these sudden shifts. So for example, now some things that are normal 50 years ago would be a scandal, right? Some people who would be criticized or ridiculized for their thoughts or for their preferences, nowadays they are normal and they are defended, right? So we could say that there's been sudden shift in the mentality of people, and I'd say sudden because if you're comparing like how fast we are going, I don't think that people used to change their mentality so quickly in the past. And now, like, everything is going, you don't know what is going to be tomorrow. You don't know what new ideology, you don't know what new trend will be there. I think there are many sudden shifts. Yeah. Maybe Jay, you could help me to read the next one.
Oh, okay, absolutely. Here we have Amy's work shows considerable improvement.
Okay, very well. Please tell me, Jay, something you have done recently that has shown considerable improvement.
Oh, could be the capacity for speaking with others in English. Because, before I just talking with myself in front of a mirror, and now I can speak with whatever person in whatever situation, no matter the environment or no matter the topic. I just need to start obviously listen for get a context about what we are talking about, and then I can speak how you are saying it right now.
All right. And what do you think has helped you to do that?
Oh, that's a really good question. And I think the answer is uh, for my work because my work is about dealing with Canadian people. So I spend my whole day just speaking in English. They pay me for that, so I need to speak.
What's your job, by the way?
Oh, my job is first off, I work for a bank. So I provide service like a financial advisor.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm dealing with all this credit cards, general questions, loans, mortgage, investment account, a small business, and all these bank topics. I'm dealing with all this, with all of it.
Okay, very well. So I think you also have international clients because you need to speak English.
No, no, not international clients, clients because I work for Scotiabank, and Scotiabank, the home bank is in Canada. So I just dealing with Canadian people.
All right. Okay, very well. But like even some of the trainings and operation manuals, everything is in English, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
everything,
Yeah. Okay.
everything like the people who you speak, the course that we make, the bank could be policies or requirements, always in English. When the Canadians, it could be the CEO or other person with a high level in the company travels to here, Dominican Republic, they don't know Spanish. So you need to speak in English with them. But considering that you asked me if I hear another accent, yeah, I'm able to hear Indian people or these are people from, I don't know, Arabic people, Kazakhstan, or I don't know, people who travel to Canada
Mhm.
and they call to the bank like, oh my God, I'm here.
Yeah, because there are a lot of people migrating there too.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. And I think that's the detonator, like the bomb detonator. I think the thing that helps you to speak, uh, to have that fluency is to really practice it. You need to practice it. Then obviously here in class we check these tips and these other like how to structure your language correctly. But I think that what really helps it is you have the opportunity to speak as often as you can. That's the key. Okay, let's see the next sentence. Oscar, can you please help me read it?
Yes. Where is it?
Our children's.
Okay, our children's lives were turned upside down when we moved.
Okay, so you know what is upside down?
Like a change 360.
Yeah, so like this, now this is upside down. Yeah, so when you are turned upside down, I hope you never had the experience to be turned upside down, to be flipped in your car. I hope you never had an accident like this. When
Not
you're
in the
turned
car,
up
but on a bicycle, yes.
in your bicycle,
Yes.
you were
I was
turned
very,
upside down.
very fast, so I turned on the air to the floor. Yes.
So you had your feet pointing to the sky.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Only the sky, land, and that's it. I'm on the floor.
So these kind of things are not pretty, right? They're not something cool to happen to you.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. So when you say that you are turned upside down, it's a situation in your life that changes everything dramatically. Like it's not like it used to be, but it's used for something that is like it goes for worse. For worse means that it's not a good change. Yeah. So we could say that there are some changes that make you unstable. There are some changes that make you anxious. There are some changes that disorganize your life. So I think these are the kind of things that the expression mean, right? Here, to be turned upside down. That's another expression. very common, very colloquial. And Daniela, can you help me read, please, the next sentence?
Pero me perdí
It's
en
the last
el...
one. It's the last one. Elderly.
Elder people sometimes find it difficult to move with the times.
Yeah. So guys, what do you think is this move with the times?
Like adaptation to the
Exactly.
new days.
Yes, so they can adapt to the new changes. And it's like what I told you, people, I think that 50 years ago, I think that seniors now, mature people who are in the 60s, I think that they can see like this whole world is totally different. I think people back then couldn't imagine computers, couldn't imagine smartphones, the internet. The internet is a total game changer. Like you can do anything from everywhere. You can talk to anyone from everywhere. So these things were once thought impossible, right? You needed to call someone or you needed to go and see him. So these times I think are now hard to move. I wonder how it will be when we are older. I don't know, maybe we will see technology had never imagined and it will be hard for us to move with the times. Yeah. So it's especially important to move with the times if you're a professional person, if you are working somewhere, you need to be always keep up to date. You need to keep up to date with the information. When you have a business, is to say you need to move with the times. You need to see how quickly things change. Yeah. Okay, very well. So this is all of the vocabulary. Now we're gonna check the next part, the next activity. All right. So actually we have here a speaking activity. Now we would like to ask it for you. So is there here anyone who wants to move to another country in the future? Would you like to move to another country in the future, guys?
For me, there is a little change to move to Canada, but I'm working on it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Jay?
I really don't know because move not all, but trouble could be.
Okay. Yeah, leaving some countries is too hard now. Like Oscar and I have heard many people who want to move to Canada. And on the other hand, I see many Canadians moving out of Canada because they say this is crazy. We can't afford living here anymore. Like the rent is 3 times or 5 times more than it is in your country.
And the weather.
Yeah. So sometimes it's fun. You know, some people want to move to the States or Canada, and Canadians and Americans want to move to other places. Like, I don't know. So I don't know. We're still in discussion, but sometimes I have thought to my wife about moving to Poland, for example. But I would be very afraid because Poland is next to Ukraine and Ukraine is in war. So it's very probable that if anything went out of control and Europe couldn't contain Putin, so I think that the next country he will attack will be Poland because Poland used to be part of the Soviet Union. So for me, it's like going to Poland is like going to Ukraine 2.0, you know what I mean? So that's why I'm sometimes thinking sounds attractive, but you know, I think I will be cautious about it. I don't know if Europe makes me scared right now. Europe makes me, I mean, it's cold and developed and everything, but I don't know. I will be careful about it. Okay, so I don't know. Someone who has a profession, keeps studying after high school, plans to graduate. Is there here anyone who plans to graduate soon? You're graduating from high school, university, maybe a PhD. Okay. All right, so we're almost about to finish. We have this reading, but I wanted to jump to this part of the explanation more than the grammar. I would like you to understand how these four kinds of future work. We're talking about the future. We have these four ways you can use them. So the first one is will, be going to, present continuous, and simple present. And I think here is very well explained, right? If you are talking about your plans, don't use will, right? Will is not the correct modal verb for this. When do you use will? When you use it when you talk about predictions, right? Like we have been talking, right? For example, in the future, people will work inside the meta universe. I don't know, like virtual reality work. But I'm not sure, so I can't use be going to in this case. Or you can think about we can use will also for these spontaneous decisions that you make without thinking. For example, someone invites you to the party. Would you like to go to the party? And you just don't think about it, right? So you use, in this case, you use will. You say, yes, of course. I will go to the party. Because it's a decision that you didn't think. So you just go with the flow and you use will in this case. Okay. Let's see, what else? Well, we have here this one that is, well, be going to. You will use this structure when you're talking about planning. So even if it's for 5 years or for 10 years, anytime you're talking about plans, you are going to use going to. For example, I'm going to move to Canada in 3 years. Now, the present continuous, on the other hand, is when it's a plan, but it's almost imminent. So there's no coming back. Like you took the decision, you have the shoes on, you're ready to go. So in this case, we could say that this is a plan, but it's imminent, like there's not going back, right? For example, we are getting married next week. So what can stop it? Well, I mean, many things could stop it, but almost nothing can stop this marriage if you are about next week to go. So that when we use this present continuous to, when it's like a plan, but difficult to stop. Then we have the next one that is the simple present. You can use it too, like in this case. You can say like where does he plan to go, right? He plans to go to the ISS, right? It's the International Space, I don't know what. But yeah, you can use also this when they are scheduled or future plans. For example, the bus leaves in 20 minutes, right? So in 20 minutes is the future, but it's a schedule. So you can use the present for this case. Or the classes are from Monday to Friday, for example, right? So in this case, it's something that is scheduled, it's something that is up to be. Okay. So maybe for you to practice this, so since we were talking about planation, about a little bit of the future, I will ask you to complete this activity. Right. So let's do this. So while we give you access to this, you would like to take I will take a screenshot. But you can take a picture maybe of this so you can complete it for homework. So here you have to choose the kind of future you think is correct. And tomorrow we're going to check like more other options on how to work with future plans. All right. So I don't know if you took a picture. Anyway, I'm going to send you a screenshot so you can work on this homework. And well, we are done for today. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome everyone and take care. See you tomorrow.